Good morning, students. Yesterday we missed the session actually. So the same thing we are covering now. So today what we are going to see is this the yesterday topic, cyberbullying and text forensics. After that, if time permits, Bhavana will continue. Bhavana will continue in web shell attacks. Then we have a session, today's session, the Biju sir session, time series and cyber security. Fine. So what we are going to see today, actually, so far what we cover, I just give a brief what we have seen so far. So we started with the mathematical foundation and then the deep learning parts, and we have seen the algorithms of the deep learning, and we have seen cyber security with the deep learning, the brief introduction to how we can apply deep learning algorithms to cyber security, that we have seen that. So that is a one direction of the cyber security, I can say that. So one direction is that whatever last time Rekha explained, it's a one direction. So today what we are going to see, I mean now what I am going to say is that the other dimension. It's how to handle the text forensics application. That's a thing. So cyberbullying and text forensics. So as I said in my the first day class, some of the cybersecurity applications are associated with the language processing and text analytics. So where we are dealing with analyzing the cyber log, analyzing the error logs, log files, a kind of thing. So here, actually, so we are going little deep here. So here we are going to map the concept of cyberbullying, how we can give that the text analytics, how we can give the solutions to the cyberbullying. That's the objective of this task. So I just move. So this is the outline of this. So we'll see what is cyberbullying. It's a important word in cybersecurity, and all the countries are facing the issues of cyberbullying. We'll see what is cyberbullying, and we'll see some of the forms of cyberbullying, and what is the what statistics says about cyberbullying in India. So that we have some interesting statistics. We'll see. Then we'll see the, as I said, the forms of cyberbullying. What are the different forms of cyberbullying? And for the different forms of cyberbullying, I'm going to associate it with the solutions from the text forensics or the text analytics point of view. What are the solutions for each forms of cyberbullying? So that's the next session, social media text forensics. So there we are going to see about author profiling, and the important one, the hate speech or offensive language identification. And time permits, I missed some demo last time, so we'll see that how we can see how we can detect the spam emails. So that demo is also there pending. So we'll see if time is there. I'll cover that demo also. Fine. So we'll start the topic. We'll see what is cyberbullying. So this is a definition. Okay, the cyberbullying, you can see that cyberbullying is a form of bullying which occurs online through social network sites, gaming or chat rooms, or through mobile phone and tablets. So from the advent increase of social media usage and the online applications, or as well as the smartphone things. Now, as I said in the first class, so because of this online classes, we are allowing our kids to see the mobile phones, smartphones, to listen to online classes. So that is happening not only the purpose of online class, so playing games and other things are also kids are started doing. The cyberbullying mainly targeting the kids and the women. We'll see what is the cyberbullying. You can see that again to the definition, the first one. So it's when a person or a group of person uses the internet, mobile phones, or other digital technologies to, you can see that, threaten, tease, or abuse someone. So when you are threaten someone, then it's called cyberbullying. So when the word cyber is coming, so if you are using the digital technologies to threaten someone, or tease someone, or abuse someone. So here what we are going to see is only the text perspective. So there are a lot of others, morphing of images or that is also, it's kind of cyberbullying. So taking a picture of someone and then changing their face and then put it in the website, that is also cyberbullying. But that comes under the image processing, a computer vision concept. Here we are going to see with the respect to text forensics, what are the cyberbullying attacks happening with respect to text, and what are the solutions for that, how to detect and how to stop that. That's what we're going to see now. So you can understand the thing is to whatever we are teasing or abuse someone through the digital technologies, even though you are teasing your friend, even though you are threatening your friend, it's a cyberbullying using the digital technologies. Okay, this is an important slide. This says about as I said, the different forms of cyberbullying. Now I just introduce what is cyberbullying. So what are the things? Starting from the computer vision example, morphing of picture, and the text we are using a swear word, offensive words against someone, against a person or a group of person. Say for example, for a particular religion or particular party, particular community, so that we can say it's a cyberbullying. That is also a cyberbullying. So here, as per the reference given, so the important 6 cyberbullying things are given here. You can see here, first one is the harassment or trolling. So that's what I said, sending threatening or offensive messages. So what we are going to see is only the text. So I'm taking the first part. Sharing embarrassing photos also it comes under, that's image. The image or computer vision applications where the cyberbullying. So as you know that YouTube, for the best example for that, with respect to the photos and videos, the YouTube could now so many videos are daily uploading. So the like TikTok videos are there now. The TikTok stopped. The other apps are also there. So who is there to daily? You can see the millions of videos are uploading. Small videos are uploading in TikTok. Who is there to censor that videos? Who is there to say that this is 18 plus can only see that this is cannot allowed for children? Who is there to decide? So a person cannot sit and analyze all the videos to do that. So we need an automated system to understand that this is this content, this video content is not suitable for 18 plus. This video content, not suitable for below 18. So like that we need the algorithms and deep learning as well as cybersecurity concepts. So as I said here, we are going to cover the text. So the first part, sending a threatening and offensive messages. So how we are sending that, from which media we are using to sending the threatening messages. So using SMS we are sending, people are sending, WhatsApp, Facebook, you can see that, and Twitter. So interestingly, if you see in Twitter, there are a lot of a clash between the two communities. Suppose if you take a particular state, 2 communities are there. If you take a whole India, 2 different parties are there. So the party people are having it's like a text war. So they are sharing they are just threatening the other people or threatening the leader, or that things comes under the harassment or offensive text. So that is happening in the social networking sites. First one. Second one, cyberbullying is the second form. Denigration, that is the other important one, what India is facing. So the fake and untrue information to spread rumors. So this is also in terms of image also, we can say in terms of text also. Now we used to get messages. So some policeman somewhere hitting the image will come, and then people will say that this has happened in this particular place. So that kind of things are coming because what they want, what the bully want is actually he want more likes and he want his content to be shared among all the people. That's what he wants. So for example, I'll say that something, some bad incident happened in the southern Tamil Nadu. Related with the police beaten 2 people. So that happened. So suddenly what happened, we have started receiving some photos and the videos of that incident. People claiming that is that incident. People started sharing in the social media, Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp, people started sharing. But later only the police, after a few days, police commissioner of South India, he clarifies that it's not related to that one. This is related to some incident happened 3 years back in the north. See that. So they know that if they are so where the bully targeting the sensational news, they know that okay, this is sensational now. So they are taking the sensational news and then they are using the sensation and they are sending the wrong information, say that fake or untrue information. So as I said, this is actually it's a very difficult task. This is a very problematic one in India. Actually, how to identify that this particular content is fake or not. So you know that the WhatsApp now stopped. You cannot forward a message or an image or a video to more than 5 people at a time. Initially, it was not like that. So is it a way to do that? Even though if I want to share right information, and I cannot do it. So for suppose for this particular program, I want to publicize or I want to advertise. So I tried actually I can do it for only five people. How many times I can do? I have to choose and do it. So it's a difficult task. So because of this fake news and the rumor, so the you see that Facebook the WhatsApp is from the Facebook. The big company itself, they are struggling. They don't know how to stop. So they don't have still they don't have an option how to stop that. So they are what they are stopping is they are stopping the forwarding info. They are controlling the forwarding nature. Instead of sending to 10 people, you are allowed to only send to 5 people. So that they should have automatic system. They should analyze our text. They should say that yeah, automatically, not submitting to the person and waiting for the response. Within a second or within 5 seconds, they should say that yeah, this information doesn't contain any rumor or fake information. So let him allow the user to share to n number of persons. So that kind of systems are not there. See that still they are struggling. Even the big company Facebook is struggling. That is the nature of fake information. So other point I want to say that with respect to COVID, if you say that good number of us know that again the sensational news is COVID. Good number of news are coming. So how we know that whether the news is fake or it's a true? So there are some fact-checking websites are there. There are some you can search as a fact-checking website. Fact-checking websites are there. There, what they are doing is if you post the message, so they are analyzing the message and then they are finding out. Fact-checking means their person is finding out. See, it's not again. I'm saying it's not about the system. Person is associating the system and then they are finding whether it's a true information or not. And that is what happening. There's a fact check. Okay. This is happening in most of the research happening in fake news data sets also available for English language. What about English or Indian languages? We don't have any kind of data set for identifying fake news for Indian languages. That is a very sad truth. Even we can create the data set actually. Whatever information Kannada or fake news you are getting, you collect and then you can keep it as a fake news data set. So that kind of things are also possible. Another interesting thing in fake news is here. Fake news is not decided only from the content, because if you see only from the content, you cannot decide. Suppose, as I said that example, that video, as I said that from the video, how you will understand that it's a fake news? You can check that whether any morphing is there or not. No morphing, nothing is there. That video is true, but you have to associate with that video with the incident happened. So that's the reason that in fake news, what people are doing is. I think I have slides to explain the fake news. We'll see that. So that what people are doing is they are not only taking the content, they are considering that who sent this information. So how many followers the sender having, when he joined to the Twitter or on the social media. That things are informative information. Because why these things are informative? So if a person want to send a fake news, obviously he may not be an old user of that particular social media. He used to create a new account. Even if anyone want to do that, we'll use to create a new account. So we won't have any friend circle in it. We won't have any followers. We won't follow anyone. We just create the things, we send it and then we keep calm. We won't log in. So this is what, what my point is, apart from content, other meta information about data, but meta information are important. Who is sending this information? From where he is sending information? Who are all the friends? And what is the title? What time he is posting is also important. So if he is posting to 11 o'clock, to 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, then high chance is there to be a fake information. So that is the second form, denigration. So third one is the flaming. So this is actually again associated with the first one, harassment thing. So extreme language to cause a fight. So as I said in harassment about we are using a swear words against a particular religion community. So there are some statistics says that because of this fake news and because of the other cyberbullying messages, the community wars have happened. In North India, recently also one fire incident happened. Fire incident happened because of this the verbal attack against a particular religion. So that is it's a flame. So again, we can say the stealing. So stealing is, it's someone's identity we are hacking, and then our someone's site we are taking, or some of the content we are taking. That is also stealing. Suppose I am posting, I'm having a research paper, publishing a research paper. So some people in their blog, they are taking the content from the research paper, they are keeping in the blog. So that is just a plagiarism. So we need some kind of software to it. We have existing softwares are that, but it's a, now the current softwares are, it's a keyword matching software. We need some good software to match that. It's a concept of plagiarism. So other interesting cybersecurity concepts are coming here. Hacking someone identity. So I'm entering to someone else login, and from there I'm posting some messages. So that is a stealing concept. Okay, and exclusion. So this is happening in the organization, and as well as we can say the departments. Intentionally, if you are leaving someone out, so people are telling that is also called cyberbullying. Intentionally, you are not adding him in your team. So that is also called the cyberbullying. But here, so in this exclusion concept, so it's very difficult to analyze the exclusion concept in particularly in online and social media. So, but in real time, we can see that if we are having a group and we have 5 persons in it, if 6 persons in a department, and only 1 or 2 persons you are leaving the department, you are assigning the works to the other faculties, you are giving preference to other faculties. That is also cyberbullying. It's an exclusion, and you can say in a class also. So class, if you have 50 members are there, you may feel that sometimes the faculty is giving only importance to the first bench and second bench, third bench. They are not considering the last bench students. So that is also exclusion. Now we are very lucky in online class. We don't have a first bench or last bench students. Okay. So, and sending explicit pictures, that is again, it's related with the harassment. So, or pressuring others to send the explicit images. So that is also, we already discussed in harassment. So other one point I added here. So most of the fact, whatever we are seeing here, so they will do, the bullying will do in an anonymous way. So they will move, they will roam in the internet, over internet in the anonymous way. So we need some mechanism to identify this anonymous bullying. That is important here. So how to identify the anonymous bullying? So nowadays, you know that we cannot track with the kind of like the GPS, or we cannot track with the IP address. So people will message from Mangalore, but the IP address it will show from Bahrain or somewhere. So that kind of things are happening. It's usual now. So we cannot depend on the location, or we cannot depend on the IP. So other ways are there. So what we are seeing here is, again I'm telling that we are seeing the text perspective ways. Other ways are there to find out how who made this anonymous text. So what the police investigation doing is, suppose a threatened letter comes from some people to the party head, or to CM or to any minister. A threatened letter comes. So first they will give to the forensics department, the forensics department. So they try to understand that who wrote this. If it is written in Kannada characters, or if it is for example, if it is written in Kannada, they can come to the conclusion, okay, the person who know Kannada only, maybe the Kannada written people only wrote this. If he is using the old Libby of Kannada, say Tamil and Malayalam, Malayalam have the old Libby, like the Kannada also may have the old Libby, means old characters, little old characters. If they are finding any little old characters, they can come to the conclusion the person may be above 60 years old, because the above 60 year people only used to have this old characters. Some of the 2-3 old characters are there. So that way they can understand that. And based on the word usage, how the words are formed, they can understand that what is the age group of the person. So this is this is also a LP concept. I'll come to that. Okay, these are the cyberbullying forms. Now again, I'm moving to the cyberbullying. After finishing the cyberbullying, the reasons for cyberbullying and who is affected for the cyberbullying thing, then we will move to the next one. What are the solutions for the cyberbullying? So there also I'm going to use the same slide, the cyberbullying forms. From here I'm going to move to the solutions. Okay. This is some of the examples happening. What is cyberbullying? So we have seen what is the cyberbullying. You can see that particularly people are bullying, targeting the kids, because they want to. All know that physical health, mental health is as equal to the physical health. So they are targeting the kids' mental health. So that is happening more actually, the cyberbullying. So suppose a person is playing in a chat room. I mean, a person is online game. A small child is doing the online game. So the chat rooms will be there. Bullying intro into the chat room. They try to use abuse words against that particular child. We can see some of the example. The I hate you also, it's abuse words. You are stupid, retard, pervert, loser, geek. So these are the moral failure. This is also these words will affect the child community. So what are the ways it's affecting? We'll see that. These are some of the examples of the cyberbullying. Other things we can see in the game playing. I mean, chat room. So he is getting the information. He is getting the messages like just die already. Some of the words are piss off is S is just replaced with the dollar. So like that. So that kind of swear words, they are a verbal attack against the kids. Particularly, this is happening. Why we are telling it's happening to kids? Kids are affected more because they first time they are hearing this kind of things. So they will affect more. They will affect more. Okay. So this is according to the research from the Hinduja research group and Justin. So they surveyed 5,000 middle and high school level students in US, and they have come to the conclusion more than third have experienced cyberbullying. So the conclusion more than 3% have experienced the cyberbullying. At the same, you see the second thing is interesting one. Almost 15% have participated in cyberbullying others. So the cyberbullying person also directly or indirectly, it's that middle-aged group people. As I said already, the bullying is entering. So one bullying is actually maybe the aged person, a 35 or 40 age person. He want to give attack. He want to show the attacks against a particular the child community or religion. He can do that. But here you see that the interesting thing is 15% are participating in cyberbullying others. So how the kids are, if the kids are purposefully they are doing, they want to put the other kids or the children down, so they are just doing that. So you see that the experienced person is less compared to the people who are participating in the cyberbullying. So obviously, then the 15% people are participating in cyberbullying means all 15 exactly the 15% people will get affected. No. That is obvious. So only the third one here that says that only 3% experience means only 3% people only telling that so they got affected by the cyberbullying. Remaining people are not opening their mouth. That is an important problem. Okay. Children are often targeted because of their appearance, performance, disabilities, religion, and other factors. Okay. So as I said, it's a real problem in the society. And then how can we, some of the statistics says that, so you can see here, so overall here 37% of people feel that they have cyberbullied in their lifetime. So 37% of the complete community. So this is a major disease. This is a major disease. Even we don't have any disease which affect a human community above 20% or 30%. See that this disease affected 37% of the people in their lifetime. They're cyberbullied once, and 17.5. Near 17% have reported that it happened in last 30 days. When you are listening to my lecture, you may also think that in last 30 days, if you think there may be someone through. I'm saying only the social media. I'm not telling through the other things. Social media means the digital technologies. You may really face. Out of suppose 50 participants are there here, means out of that, I can roughly say that 5 to 10 people really. They realized that okay, this is a cyberbullying in last 30 days. So the survey is also saying the same. So this is a survey. These numbers were more than double, and they are in 2007. So you see that. So it's increased. It's actually. So that is that it's doubled in now the social media usage also. It's moving high, and then we can expect that it will move. It will double again. 80% of the young people have seen cyberbullying occurring online. So that is also we are seeing cyberbullying attacking online. Okay. So as I said about that last 30 days statistics, so the same Samir and Hinduja group. So this is for 10 years back research actually, it's the 2010 research, 2010 research. So they come up with they try to identify what kind of attacks the people are getting. So they are targeting the US, southern US actually. Okay, so you can see that percentage is given. 25% people says that in my lifetime I have been cyberbullied. Okay, we'll come to the previous 30 days. What happened? Previous 30 days, the highest one is 18.9. It's a roughly 19%. At least one of the above two. I mean, the things are given. You can see that what are the parameters they have taken. I have been cyberbullied. 8% say. So maximum I can say the 13% here, 13%. Some spread rumors about me online. That is see that about him or about her, no online about. So 13% people say that. So 12.7. Someone posted mean or hurtful comments about me online. So that is one is spreading rumors about him, and that is other one is using offensive words against him. Someone threatened to hurt me through a cell phone text message. 9.3. Someone pretended to be to me online and acted in a way that was mean hurtful to me. Okay, or mean or hurtful to me. Okay. Someone threatened to hurt me online. Again the same. Someone posted a mean or hurtful picture online of me. The list one, the 3.1 is the smallest one. I'll come back to that. Someone posted a meaningful, hurtful video online of me. So that is also happening. So out of 900 in 2010 state, this is I'm saying that 2010 and the age group we also you see that 11 to 18. So sample size is near 1000, 931. 1000 means 1000 3.1. So around 30 people's hurtful video posted in online in that age group 11 to 18. Okay. So this is other thing actually, other survey from SPCC, the recent one, cyberbullying and kids. So 16% of the students in the US report they are being cyberbullied, and 1 in 5 girls are cyberbullied. You see that 20% of the girls community, 1 in 5 girls are cyberbullied, means 20% of the girls community. So this is the highest one compared to that. So 16% is a common ratio. This is 20%. And boys range, if it comes, it's only 10%. 10% boys are 1 in 10. Boys are cyberbullied, and 90% teens generally online. That is the statistic says that. So they are matching the people online and then the cyberbullying. So around they're saying that people who are all most of the teens are in online. So in that case, if you take that 20 again, I'm saying 20% girls are cyberbullied and 10% boys are cyberbullied. So this is other statistics from iSafe Foundation. So you can see here that one half adolescent age and teens have been cyberbullied online. So over 50%, and more than 1 in 3 young people have experienced this. Way I said earlier, 25%, over 25% of teenagers having bullied reportedly through their cell phones or internet. So the experience of the user cyberbullied with respect to social media is also given here. The highest number you can see that Skype users, 89% Skype users. The second one is from the Facebook users, 54% Facebook users, and third one is for Twitter, 28%, and WhatsApp, 26%. This is a little 2-year-old data, so that's the reason I think WhatsApp will be less. Now, if you take the recent data, I'm sure that WhatsApp will be more. So 24% Instagram users, 22% Viber. So the same thing. This is a little recent one. So you can see here, Facebook 37% people are cyberbullied in Facebook, 37 people, and Instagram 42%, Snapchat 31, WhatsApp 12, YouTube 10, Twitter 9. So what kind of issues kids will get once they are affected by the cyberbullying? So we can see that the cyberbullying is the whatever happened in the small age, it's reflected the career completely. You can see that 20% people are started skipping class. 20% kids are started skipping class. So, an eating disorder and alcohol and drugs also it's a reason for cyberbullying. So, 25% people are stopped social media altogether and deleted social media profiles. 26%. Other important problems: suicidal thoughts. So 26% of people are getting suicidal thoughts. So this why I'm telling that this clearly says that the why we need why that cyberbullying is important, why we need to give solution to cyberbullying with the help of cybersecurity. Okay, and depression, 37 people are getting depression, and anxiety 41%. So the other effects you can see that anger, isolation, depression, illness, humiliation, loss of confidence, self-harm. The recent news in Bangalore. So bullied and heckled girl commits suicide. So that's the recent news from Times of India. So that is happening. Okay, now so far we have seen about the international status. So whenever the US statistics, some people will consider as international statistics. So now we will see that what happening in India. So you can see here 37% of Indian parents say that their people are experienced, their child or has experienced cyberbullying. This is 2018 report. So Brazil is the next one. The highest one is you see that 37% of India. US is only 27%. So we should find some kind of the technological solution to stop this disease. Okay, the cyberbullying in India. So we have seen that 37%. So more than 1/3 teens experiencing cyberbullying. So it says that 33% teens experiencing cyberbullying. So even this is less in we have seen US statistics is less. India, you can see that 33% teen are affected by the cyberbullying, and out of which women are twice likely. So it's like it's matched with the statistics of US. There we have seen the 20% female, 20% women, and then 10% man. Here also says the same. It's a double. So most of the cybercrime and social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, the gaming, online gaming, Instagram, Snapchat. The example is given here. You can see the example. Okay, so this is 37% people said that people experience cyberbullying. How many people comes out and then they are making it as a complaint? So that if you see that the count is very less. So we have only 17-18 count. So cyber stacking is a cyber threatening count is you can see that only nearby 1,000 people only the complaint. They are given cybercrime cases are very less actually. Now it's a little more than 2020 and 19. So the samples will be used for boys, girls are given here. You can see that out of 400 boys, around 400 boys, 10% have experience. It means 44 boys experienced cyberbullying, and only 5% reported. That's what, only 50% only reported here. So boys, I'm saying that. No, girls, if you see that, it's less than that. Only 31, that 50% reported here. Only 30%, 3.6. Only 30 to 40% only reported that they are affected by cyberbullying. So overall is exactly 50, 4.6 and 9.2. So it clearly says 50% only reporting that what are the experience, what are the cyberbullying experience they have. Okay. Now we will see that we have seen. I just to give a small intro about what is cyberbullying, how it's affected the kids community and women in all over the world as well as in India. How to stop that? This is just it's a general rules actually given by the India Cyber Army. So you can see that don't create fake accounts. So the reason who are all experience cyberbully. So he is going to be a victim. So he is going to do the cyberbullying again. So that kind of things also happen. So don't create fake accounts. That is a important thing. And then have a strong password to stop hacking others. Digital reputation. Okay, don't let friends use your account, even though he's your close friend. So you should not share the password, and you should not allow him to use your account. He may be your close friend now. He is having 5, 6 close friends like you. So he may be sharing your information or account details with him. So that is, don't respond to rude comments. As I think, don't post hurtful comment. That is also, don't respond to the comments and don't post that kind of comments. And other things people are telling is save the evidence. That's another thing. So whatever evidence you are having, they are requesting to save it. So some time permits, it will be useful. Okay, that is a very important point. Some limits on electronics. So we should reduce the time online instead of spending much time in the digital technologies. We should reduce that. That's a limits on electronics. So the safety measures also, soft communication with cyber bullies. Once you understand that he is attacking you through the messages and all, you should stop the communication. And there are helplines are available. And talk it out. The important thing is tell someone you trust. Cyber cell police is there and tracking the attacks. They will help you to tracking attacks. You have a facility to block the emails or messages. So that you can, from the strangers, that you can do that. Okay, this is the thing. So name calling, harassment, threats, insult, teasing, gossiping, rumors. Okay, now we are coming to the important point. So how we are going to give the solution for this one? So now we have seen that what is cyberbullying and how it's affecting the Indian completely. We have seen that. As I said, we are seeing in the text perspective how to solve this using the current artificial intelligence, machine learning, or cybersecurity or NLP systems. So we don't create a software to detect the cyberbullying content. So if you're detecting the cyberbullying content, it should stop that content to post. Suppose I am posting some using some hurtful comments and posting in a WhatsApp or a Facebook. So your software should automatically identify that and it should stop. It should warn me that, so you are not supposed to send this kind of messages. It contains swear words. So you won't allow me to post the message. That is an important thing. So that kind of systems are slowly, it's emerging now, particularly for English. But that kind of systems are very helpful for Indian languages, because most of the people nowadays started using Indian languages in their chatting and other social medias. So we should come up with some kind of system where we should find the offensive text in Indian language also. I'll come to that. Okay, now we have seen the solution actually. Okay, the solution, as I said, that the software should detect the cyberbullying content. Okay, so how to do that and the things. So as I said 2 days back about the machine learning and deep learning. So there are many initiatives currently happening to train the machine learning algorithms to identify whether the particular content is hate or not. So if it is a hate, means it will the system automatically will block. And if it like that, if it is a fake news, system understands that if it is a fake news, and we should stop the news that to spread to other people or a group of people. Okay, now the reason, now we are matching with the social media. Slowly we are going to social media, then we'll come to the solution part. So we know that the social media analytics are explored in the terrorist intelligence mining, financial investment prediction, and market intelligence. So the important area is actually the cyber attack forensics. So that is another thing actually. So that received a little attention now actually. Cyber attack forensic. What we are discussing is it comes under the cyber attack forensic. So as I said earlier, the big data, the quantity of the quantum of the data available in social media, it's immense. So it's constantly, it's dynamic, it's evolving also. So we need a good system to identify these cyber attacks. This I said earlier, 80% of the data, whatever we are having, is unstructured data, and 90% data generated in the last 2 years. It's because of the social media, cloud computing, and IoT. So we need to give security aspects to this complete data, the help of cyber security. So what are the challenges when identifying this or analyzing the social media, the messages with respect to the cyber attack and cyber bullying? So most of the cyber text, or it's about a particular persons or products. So we are interested in the against the person, so we can consider the social media text. So we know that the messages will be always informal and noisy nature. So we won't follow syntax, or we won't follow the exact meaning of that. So we used to send informal messages, how we are sending to our friends. So we won't check that grammar and other things also. So the lack of sufficient content, that's very important. So initially, you know that Twitter contains only 140 characters. Now it's increased to 280 characters. So you are forced to fill in that 140 or 280 characters. So that time you may miss some of the context. So lack of sufficient context. So only off information will be there. So these are the challenges when you are analyzing the text content. So other interesting thing is coming here, actually the abbreviations. So if you take a 8 years back, I used to send messages like GOOD, NIGHT, good night. Now whether you people are sending good night like that, now it's in GN. How it's evolved? It's not like one day we just used GN. So we started to use good night like GUD NITE and GUD NIT and GOOD 90 also other variations, and GUD 90 is there, and finally we end up with GN. I don't know what will be there next. Only the emoticons, maybe the next. We won't speak through the text. And other thing here, I want to say that the big companies also, they are having that, they are taking the deciding authority. They are deciding that what you want to send. So that makes actually. So as I said in that first day, I said that the iris system, I said the automatic speech recognition through that telephone companies, what they are doing is, so they are not allowing you to pose your questions. They are indirectly making you to select their questions. So they have the options, n number of options they are having. They are allowing you to select the question. That's all. That's what we are doing. Same thing here. If you see, for example, I'm saying that what Google is doing, the Gmail, if you take the replay, so it's automatic replay, it's coming now. So it's giving you 3 options. You don't type, you just choose anything. Even though I want to type something else, so due to they are making us lazy. So why you are typing? Why you are listening? You just click anyone. Even though I want to send something, so I'm saying that okay, already is giving 3 suggestions. I'll go for the second one. I'm sending the more associated one. What I'm thinking. So that's why they are stopping. They are stopping our creativity. Now we know that. We people forgot our memories now because of the smartphone, other technologies. Our memory is minimized. How many of you remember our own mobile numbers? That itself, maybe the 20 to 30% people, they don't know their mobile numbers. How we can think about other mobile numbers? So if 10 years back, if you see the generation, so they are not like that. They used to remember some, you can say the 10 mobile numbers. Now remembering 10 mobile number is very difficult. Even for the 4-digit OTP number, 2-3 times you used to check. Very difficult to check. You are saying that 1723. You are saying okay. After some time, when you go to the site, then again you will check your message. I used to have, because let's see that's again I'll check that whether it's 1740 or. So our memory is minimized. We don't remember a 4-digit number. Then how we can think about the mobile numbers? Fine. So the why I'm coming this point is actually, so they are the people are the companies are taking the decision. So they are tuning the humans now to make so what they want. So like this answering, now they are giving the automatic reply also. They are helping, they are assisting you actually. If you type dear, the next message it will come. If I send it message to the Karthik and Abbas, if I type dear, automatically come Karthik and Abbas. So they may analyze my previous email messages, how I mailed with Karthik, if I used sir or I used to Karthik. Based on that, they are just saying that you are going to type only Karthik or sir. So they are telling that. So I want to press only the tab or space, it will come there. So they are making people lazy in the term of assistance. And other thing is actually they are stopping the creativity. So when we are sending a message and when we are thinking something, when we are started typing, they are suggesting something. Suddenly, because of the suggestion, what we'll do, our whole mind will be diverted. If some suggestion comes, no, it won't allow people to think. So they want, it's indirectly, it's not a real assistance. So indirectly, so it's making people lazy, and then it's making people not to think. That's what a company, the industry want. That's one main drawback of AI. Okay, the performance of that standard. The thing, as I said, that the good night. So these are the different. Like this 4 5 variations are there. We need a mechanism to find out all these words are having the same meaning. So that itself a complex task in a natural language processing. Okay, other challenge. So I just I have a Kannada. Yeah, I have a Kannada example. Okay, first. Okay.
Hello, what happened?
They used Roman script and then they express it. This is a third variant. Hello. Hello. Okay. So this third one is actually it's called we can call as a code mixed or English. Manglish nowadays we started using the word like a combination of English and Tamil. We used to call it Tanglish, Manglish, Kanglish, Kannada plus English, Kanglish, Telugu plus English, Tenglish. So the third one is like that, Tenglish. Fourth one, if you see the okay, third one, okay, I can understand that. Okay, what kind of the first one? If you are asking me to develop a tools, means I can develop a Telugu tool, I can do it. Second one, English tool will help me. Third one, so I need one intermediate tool which will convert the script. Me means it should convert into a Telugu script. Then I can pass to the Telugu computational or the Telugu language processing tools. Fourth one, actual ga Kattappa Bahubali matter baga more. I mean, I don't know Kannada Telugu actually. Something it's no more interesting. What is the fourth one? Fourth one is actually Telugu word is also there, and you see that English word is also there. Actual, interesting, no more, matter, bore. The English words. Bahubali is a general one. It's an entity. Tamil also Bahubali, Kannada also Bahubali, everywhere Bahubali. Okay, that will be Kattaba also like that. Other words, Telugu words, we see that Ga is there, Baga is there, Ga and Baga only there here. Yes. So this one, how my system will understand that whether you will pass this to the Telugu system or whether you will pass to the English system. Again, it's a complicated one. So now, if you currently see our social media, we are seeing the text only in the fourth form. Rarely we are seeing the third form. The majority is the third form and the fourth form. These two forms rule the complete social media world. Particularly the fourth one. Fourth one is it's called code mixed. Combination of English, mixed script used, that is third one is mixed script, combination of English and the combination of the native language, regional language. So I have example in Kannada, so sorry for the image. So this is actually from that paper, stance reduction we did for stance reduction for Kannada. It's a 2-3-year-old paper. So we can see that the first one it's written actually exactly with the Roman script. It's code mixed, and other thing is native script. Kannada is there. Mixed script is also there. Kannada will be there, and in between English also will be. English A to Z also will be there. You can see the third one. Fourth one, you can see that Kannada words are there, and English word is there. He is there. He is there. Mad is there. English also. So the one lucky part, one lucky. We are a little bit lucky to analyze actually, particularly in the Dravidian languages. Dravidian means South Indian languages. It always mixed with only two, English and Tamil, or English Malayalam, English Kannada, or English Telugu. Only two. But if you slowly move to the other part of our country, if you move to the Mumbai, Maharashtra region, they are mixing with the three languages. Marathi is there, English is there, Hindi is also there. Bengali also the same. Bengali is there, Hindi is there, English is there. So again, the complication in single sentence, three language words they are using. So again, it's make the analyzing system, language analysis system, to make it complicated. These complications will affect the accuracy of the text forensic systems. Okay, so here, yeah. This is solution. On your behavior in the internet. So everywhere, if you see that without login, without nowadays in a smartphone, without Gmail account, you cannot have a Android smartphone. That is true. Am I correct? Without Gmail account, you cannot have a Android, because you have to, how you are going to link with the your Gmail, Gmail account. That's the case. Whatever the recent phones are coming. So in that case, you see that whatever you are doing in the phone and everything with respect to your account, it is recorded. So there are some interesting fact in this actually, so that we'll discuss that. It's called author profiling, profiling author. The first step of author profiling is to profiling whether the person is male or female. The second part is identifying the age of the person, not exactly the age, 50 or 60. That can be possible with the help of image, but image also we don't know. From the photos we don't know. You may upload your old photos. That may not be your photos, so that we cannot identify. We cannot stick on to that. So from the usage, word usage, whatever you are using, we can identify that not exact age group. He may be a teenager. He may be a business. He may be a 30 to 35. He may be a 35 to 40. The person may be a 45 to 50. We'll see more in the case of author profiling. That's the main two things actually: gender and then age, gender and age group identification. Other so many things are there from the author profiling actually. From the source code, nowadays I have seen some of the competition. From the source code, people are identifying the age and this stuff. From the source code, whatever you are written, Java, Python, whatever. So we can analyze the code, we can understand that this is written by male, this is written by female, this is written by this age group of person, this is written by this age group of person. So that kind of things are. And other thing also from the text, they are checking your personality traits. That's an important research. Personality traits, because the company is interested to know whether you are happy with their company or not. Hello. Okay. So that is that kind of things are comes under the author profiling. We'll see more about that. Okay, and the next one, so we have seen the hate speech, fake news, plagiarism, and author profiling. Now we are going to see. I'll take other half an hour. I'll explain all these 4 things actually. Then at 11 o'clock or 11:15, I'll stop my lecture. Then next lecture we'll.
Hello, Professor Anand. The first
yes, sir.
Completed, is it?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
The first session, shall I stop the video of first session?
I haven't completed actually. I have a few more slides. So I thought of taking the next session also.
No, my question is,
Yeah.
should I particular recording of first session or should I continue this?
We'll continue, sir. We'll continue. I'll finish this one and we'll see.
Please continue.
Yeah, thank you. So these are the solutions we are going to give, because I don't want to stop here actually. Then it's difficult for me to continue for you also. So that's the thing. So these 3 things we will see that the 30 minutes I will take, and then I'll finish this one. The hate speech and offense speech. We'll see the first one is a hate speech detection. So we have seen that the problem on the cyberbullying about the hate speech. So hate speech is characterized by any form of verbal attack, as I said, verbal or non-verbal attack, targeting an individual or specific group of people. So if you are targeting an individual person, if you are targeting a party leader, individual person, that's an individual. If you are targeting a party, you are targeting a particular complete state, that is a group of people. So usually it's where it's happening. Usually it's happening in the digital technologies. We have seen that actually in social media, mostly in the social media. So there are some areas called hate speech opinion mining, where the cyber forensics tools will help social media web forums to in order to extract, identify the documents, hate speech documents. So this is there are some competitions are there in that so hate speech and then other things and all. The link is given. I'll share you the link. So if you want that to get the data set, you can work on the data set. Data set is available in internet. So the offensive language here, it's a pervasive in social media. So the individuals are taking that, because as I said earlier, the anonymous is a main problem in social media. We don't know whether the person is really his profile is true or not, genuine or not. So using that advantage, they used to send the hateful messages and using a swear words against persons. Okay, so as I said, it's happening in that social media platforms. The companies are ready to invest heavily to cope up with the offensive language, because the government is warning. So you can see that now the government stopped the Chinese app. Like that, government have already has given a warning to Facebook and then the Facebook, the WhatsApp. So both are from Facebook only. So the already government has issued a warning to them to stop the fake news and to stop this hate speech thing. But still, we are getting some fake news and then other things and all. So as you know, it's very difficult to find out, particularly fake news and other things in Indic languages. So we have seen that Indic languages means we cannot say that based on the script, we cannot say that it's Indian language. Based on the script, we cannot say that Kannada. Kannada, we have seen the Kannada language in 4 different forms. Kannada, 3 different forms majorly in the Kannada language is there. So they need a system to tackle all these forms. So that is an open problem. Okay, so according to this context, so the hate speech division, hate speech, they are categorizing into three levels actually. So the first level is from the piece of comments, Facebook comment or Twitter tweet or WhatsApp message. So we need to identify whether the content is offensive or not. That is the first level of tagging. First level. Second level, if it is offensive, targeting a particular person or it's not targeting any. If it is a targeting a particular person or a group, so that is comes under the targeted offense. T in a targeted offense. UNT is a untargeted. That text contains offensive text, but it is untargeted. If you see that this kind of untargeted text, why they are categorizing untargeted text? Untargeted text, it won't affect other people. If I target someone and then I'm telling, then it will affect definitely. Untargeted, what means I'm just people are using a swear word I have an example, I'll show that. So that won't affect others. To show his depression or to show his things, he's just using the words. He's not teasing or threatening or hurting someone. So that is untargeted. So first one, targeted. In the targeted itself, again, I am coming to the minute one. So it's a fine-grained classification. In the targeted itself, I am finding, is it targeting the individual person or he is targeting the particular group, community, or religion, or gender is also group. If I'm saying something about a woman or I'm saying something about a transgender, it's also community, group, it's saying about a woman. But if I'm saying about a particular woman, it comes under individual. So other kind of categories like organizations, even issues, I'm saying any issues, that we can say it's others. I have an example, I think, yeah. So the first example, you can see that, so he said that this job got me all the way fucked up real shit. So it's offensive. You know, that's offensive words are there, offensive. But he's not targeting anyone. It's untargeted. So it's a UNT. So next one. So he's saying something and it's offensive and then he's using the word her here. You see that her is using HER. So he's targeting the it's the targeting is there. Here the target is there. So he is targeting women. So this is a targeted offense. And he is not telling about the whole community. He is telling about the one woman. So it's a individual. Offensive, target offense, targeted offense, individual targeted offense. So that is the second one. Third one, at the rate of user he is saying, we are country of morals. So he again it's offensive, targeted, but here he is using the word we and country. So it says about a group of people. So it comes under group. So like that, there are clues will be there to identify the offense and the things and all. So this data set is available 2020. This is a recent chat task. Data set is available in online for English. So you can work on it. This is a 2019 one actually. So the last year competition. So here they are targeted for the immigrants and the women. Particularly, they have taken the hate speech against the immigrants and women in Twitter, and then they find out automatically they identify. Symbol is a very famous competition. 50 years. This is 50 year I think. 50 years of ACL. There's 50th year of ACL. Yeah, this is 50 or 52, I guess. 50th year of ACL. So it comes under part of ACL task. Semantic evaluation. Okay, so like this offensive wall, so we inspired from this offensive wall, and then we thought, why don't we come up with some kind of data set, and then why don't we give to the student community and the researchers community to participate or to work in this area, because it's the open problems. If you really tackle this, you will be in Facebook or Google. If you really tackle this problem, you'll be in Facebook, because they want that kind of people. So they are struggling to find out the things, particularly, as I said, the Indic languages. So as we motivated by the previous things, so previous two things. So we have created the data set for initially we thought of doing for 4 Indian languages: Hindi and Kannada, Telugu, and 4 Dravidian languages, and one North Indian language, North language. Hindi, we thought of targeting 5 languages, but initially we faced issues in collecting data on other languages. So we stepped down and then we created only 2 languages now. So if really you want to work for Kannada and all, we don't have this kind of things in Kannada or Telugu or Hindi is there actually. Kannada, Telugu we don't have actually. If you want to contribute something, please contact me. So this is a thing we come up with a competition for Manglish and Tanklish. So we collaborated with, you can see that my name is, second name is, so we have collaborated with the National University of Ireland and as well as the Germany. The Thomas Mundell is the famous person in this hate speech automatically hate speech identification system. So with them we collaborated and then we have come up with a competition. So the data set is already available. So data set is in a collab, link is given. So if you really want to participate, you can participate and then data set is already available. Date is there. We haven't released that test data. We are releasing on August 1st only. So we have created for, we are taken from the Twitter and here. So as earlier we have seen that we have seen 3 levels. We have seen the level A, level B, level C. But here we did only for a level A. This is the first time we are already. So we did for only level A means the given text you need to identify whether the text is offensive or not. That's a task. So we are next year and I'll be planning to go for the higher levels, whether it's targeting someone or it's targeting a group like that. Okay, so this is a link and we will share the slides. Okay, the second solution for the problem, fake news, misinformation. So how to understand how to identify the fake news. So you can see there's some example of the fake news. So how it will affect the community and other things. You see that the second fake news, if you see that China issues a terrifying warning to America. This kind of fake news will give this kind of fake news will be maybe the sensation to the Americans. It may move to the attack against Chinese in America. So that kind of things may happen to people who are seeing these kind of messages. So that messages are too dangerous to the community or to the persons. So we should stop that. That's a fake news. You can see here also the fake news is that Center seeks a direction that no media should publish COVID-19 news without first ascertaining. There is this is a fake news actually. So, but you see that it look like they're using the government emblem. The link is given. Other things are there. If you go to the link, the message may be something else. So here, that's what I said about the fact check. So if you want to work on the fact check or something, you just search fact check. There are some websites in the fact check, but to sad is only in English is available. We don't have for Hindi or we don't have for Kannada. So they will analyze take the news. They will analyze that whether this is true or not. So fact check. This is taken from the fact check. Okay. The next solution actually that paraphrase detection. So this is for copying. So as I said about the plagiarism, this is for the copying the content. So this you can see. This is the one part. The one part of the plagiarism we can call it as a paraphrase. So you can say that the paraphrase detection is. So we also have the data set in this paraphrase modeling. The data set is available. We conducted in 2016. It's a 4-year-old. It's a data set for Indian languages. Kannada is there. I think Kannada, Tamil. Kannada is not there actually. Tamil, Malayalam, Punjabi, and Hindi. 4 languages. So interestingly, the competition, the winner is from Chinese. We don't know why Chinese is working on Indian languages. Okay, 2016 itself. Okay, you can see that the other kind of paraphrase datasets are Quora dataset, Quora question similarity, Yahoo Answers, chatbots, and other applications. Yeah, this is the one I said about that the author profiling. So here you can see that the author profiling it helps to identify the people, gender and age and demographic native language and personality traits. So this I said earlier. Suppose a person is watching as I said the football video or political related video. So we can say that. So someone is watching a cooking video. Can we say whether it's a female? But the recent survey says that male and female both are equally watching the cooking videos. So from here we cannot decide. And the word usage, if the person is using the word pink, and if then we can most probably maybe and the person is using the word like Homer, he may be in 20s, he is a student. Person is talking about retirement and grandchildren, he may be in a old one, pension, old, he may be above 60. So that kind of clues are there to identify that. This is important application of forensics and security and marketing. You can see the male words and then the female words. Right side are the male words. Scoreboard is there. It's very difficult to find a scoreboard here in female words. Yeah, scoreboard is not there. And you can say the common things are the website is a common, comic book is a common, and military, word military is there here. Here military is not there in female. And female hairspray is there. You can see that, yeah, hairspray is there. Here the hairspray is not there. So these are the clues. Rugby ball is there, so that is not here. Television, fur coat is there. So these are the words used by female, and these are the words used by male. This is called a word cloud. So academic gown is there. Both were okay. Male also academic gown is there. Motorboat, brace, monitor. Other things are, most of things are common. So certain things are there. Certain discriminatory features are there, like what I said, hairspray and I said, you know, something scarf, jersey, yeah, military kind of thing. Basketball, you can see that basketball. You cannot find the basketball here. You can see here mini skirt is there. Here you cannot expect a mini skirt here. Sunglasses is there. See here. So why it will take? How can we take this to the marketing perspective? For example, here the sunglass is there in the female side. So the company who is they can identify the female customer, and then they can give advertisement to them for the sunglasses instead of giving to the male. Male, they can give the other things like a soccer ball advertisements or soccer ball related things. Okay, this is with respect to age also. This is the small bigger one is that with respect to gender, and then the smaller one is the first one is some female, other one is that male, and small part are with respect to age group. So you can see that the people are female is using like a puppy word, like puppy, family, husband, boyfriend, bestie, this kind of thing. Here you can see that enemy, battle, fighting, victory, sports, play, game, government, country, freedom, economy, tax. So you won't see that economy, tax, government words in the female content, female text content. So from their content you can understand that. That's here. It's like a content analysis. So here also one short task we are connected, that data set is available. It's called Indian Native Language Identification. So due to time, I just skipping this. So this is we did for we are taking English. So the main problem in India actually. So from the English, how can you understand that whether this person is from Karnataka or this person is from Tamil Nadu? So based on the accent, we can understand. Particularly from that Bengali people accent, you can easily understand that even though they are speaking English, you can understand that they belong to Bengal region. So, but that is in a speech. How can you identify in a text? So that's what we tried actually. So here we did we have removed the words like the words associated with the CM and countries. Because suppose the person is continuously talking about Bangalore, Mangalore, and Hubli means no. The person more chances there to be from Karnataka, but we don't want a system to be biased towards that. We want to find out then how the word usage, exact word usage of that particular region person. So that you can see here actually. Most of that time this is 3 years back data set. You can see here the job word is there. Army word, Pakistan and army word are more. I mean, we got from the Hindi speaking people that side only. So it's rarely we are seeing that army words in southern India. Okay. So now I'm going to the conclusion. So so far what I covered is actually I started with the cyberbullying, and I started with the other things. What are the forms of cyberbullying, And I just associated with the solutions, technological solution for cyberbullying, and then we explained that good number of data sets are available for cyberbullying. And then concluding this actually. So there is not much work from India in these areas, particularly Indic languages. So why don't you come up with a product or a app kind of thing? So you compete in the real-time competitions, and then you explore yourself, and good publications are possible. So I already said that chapters, competition, and data sets are available. So we can create a data set for Indic languages. We can we are very resource poor languages actually. So we have to create this kind of data set in the social media data set. That's the other things. So I have to show some demo actually. So now due to time, I'm just stopping here, and we'll continue the demo next class, or whenever time permits, I'll just show the demo. No issues. So now I'm happy to hear a few questions from your side. Abbas? So the next session will be taken by Bhavana Rudra, Dr. Bhavana Rudra from NITK. She will cover the web shell attacks. Yeah. So some people messaged actually. While sending the threatening messages, what if someone imitate a old people, like using wordings as old people done? Yeah. So this is the good one actually. So they can imitate like a old people, even though they mimic like a old people. In certain cases, in certain word usage, the reality, the childish behavior, or it will come. So if you say that the word simple example, assuming that ABT about, it's very rare to see that old people to use the word ABT. It's just a single word about. So the younger generation are habituated to say that ABT, but it's not that. Even though if they are mimicking the elder people, somewhere if they're using the term ABT, so that itself a clue to understand that. And the other point is actually rarely we are in case of offensive words, we are targeting with a sentence, single post only we are analyzing. But in the case of identifying the age group or the gender of the people, we are analyzing a set of messages. So with the single message, it's very difficult. If you say only good night, or if you say only a single message, it's very difficult to say that he is a male or female. So the real competition also, what they have done is they have taken 100 data, 100 images, and then they are understanding. What we did for the Facebook thing, I said, no, 6 Indian languages. So there 20 messages I have taken. So for hateful nature, one message is enough. For identifying the nature or gender, we need more messages. Okay, so some more questions. So, sir, is there any application that can stop cyberbullying? Yeah, so that's what I said actually. That's a motivation of this talk actually. We don't have a good system for stopping the cyberbullying, particularly the text cyberbullying. In Indian languages, we don't have the systems. So you can come up with, you can think about some systems, particularly for Indian languages to stop. Even you can contact the companies like Facebook or Google. If you have a good, the main problem why we are not having is the data set. That's the reason we have released the data set. So to give awareness to the research community. In
Hello, Professor Anand. Your voice is not audible. Hello, Professor Anand. Your voice is not audible. Hello, Professor Anand. Hello.
Yeah, it's a KGMG report. You are just a study of Google KGMG. I'll just give this one KGMG report. Search this one. The interesting statistics say the student, particularly in India, initially we started using India. I mean English. Now we move.
Hello, Professor Anand. Anand, your voice is not audible. Hello.
Hello, hello, boss. Is it fine now?
Yes, it's audible now.
Yeah. So I just answering this question actually regarding that Indian languages. So I have sent a message Google KGMG. Just to search Google KGMG report. The interesting report says that the importance of Indian languages in social media it's given. So people started using their own languages, regional languages in social media. So we need this kind of systems. So good number of openings are there. So next session. So is there any other questions or can I hand over to Dr. Bhavana? Okay. So Karthik, can we? Sorry, boss. Hello. Okay, boss.
Yes, please tell me.
Yeah. So now I think I asked just now I requested ma'am to log in the session. Can we give a 2 or 3 minutes break to the participants?
Right. We can give 5
Yeah.
minutes break.
Yeah.
Can
Please.
stop this recording, right?
Yeah. You can stop. The one final question they ask about: can the bullying be detected even before used? So in case of text, it's very difficult actually. So only thing is, if you want to detect that what is coming out of your hand means I have to mimic your brain. So, but in other cases, as you rightly asked, in the other attacks, in cyber attacks, it's possible. You can expect that this may be bullying. But text, once the text is posted or before it's posting only, you can analyze this. Yeah. Any other questions? Fine. Abbas, you can stop the recording.